Grace. Most of us are aware of the impact of the gut on our health. In fact, it's thought that the bacteria in our stomach is the key to everything from heart disease to obesity, digestive problems, colitis and IBS. It's thought that around 12 million people suffer from IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, and around 300,000 suffer from IBD, which is inflammatory bowel disease. And of course, these conditions can be severely debilitating on people's daily lives. So why is this such an issue, and has it always been thus? I met Barry Smith at the Farnham headquarters of Symprove. He's something of an expert, as you'll find out later, on bacteria. I asked him, why are we so all depleted in good bacteria?
Well, since 1941, half the Western world's biome's gone. And that's gone because of overuse of antibiotics, an amazing technology that's been squandered and needs to be retained as much as we can now. Through election of caesarean births, through sterile living, poor eating habits, sterile work environments, not enough exercise, sedate lifestyle, and that's basically, it's common knowledge now that about half of the human biome has been lost. And so simply what we're doing is we're putting a little tiny bit back, but if you can put a little tiny bit back that is actually starting to change the balance, then that allows a bigger bloom.
We're all aware of the probiotics, the many different supplements available on the high street, but is this the most effective way to repopulate the gut? One concern is that our stomach acids actually hamper any attempts to pass through and survive. Barry explains how he thinks it needs to work.
So it must arrive in the right number, and ideally active and on a perfect substrate so it's fed. It then has to survive the pH of the stomach, and so I think this is why medics don't really very much believe in the probiotic scenario, because they know what a wonderful gatekeeper the stomach is, and the stomach will manage most bacteria so that it does not pass through. And then if you manage to trick the stomach, which is what we do because of the water delivery system, then you can come into the small intestine, and of course you then can multiply up happily and get on with the job. By the time you get to the large intestine, you're very large numbers. By that time, you're going into a maelstrom of bacteria, so you have to be in the numbers to be able to establish.
Barry's company produced Symprove, a unique multi-strain probiotic liquid drink that's proven to help manage the symptoms of IBS following a clinical trial at King's College Hospital. As Symprove is a liquid, non-dairy formulation, it works differently. It doesn't trigger digestion, so it can bypass the stomach and get to the intestines quickly where it needs to work. I asked Barry about the different strains of bacteria.
4 bacteria. We've got Acidophilus, we've got Rhamnosus, we've got a Plantarum, and we've got a Faecium.
And how do the bacteria continue to do their work then? How long do you have to sort of leave it there for them to populate, or whatever it is they have to do?
Well, we give them a huge amount of food from the extract of barley. We then cool them, and by this time the bacteria brought it down to a nice low pH, so it's stable. And then that's stable for a period of 4 months, and the bacteria have an amount of food that they can tick along on. We have them sort of just about ticking over, and then when they find themselves in the small intestine, suddenly it's happy days, party time, because they're exactly the right temperature with huge amounts of food around them. Hardly any bacterial competition, because the stomach is very good at destroying the bacteria as it goes in, and you end up establishing and generating a new bloom within the digestive tract.
So what about safety and quality control in dealing with live bacteria?
So the way that we do that is that we finish our process, and then we out-police the quality assurance, and we send it to a GMP lab. They verify that it's exactly those bacteria.
So it's tested independently each time?
It gets locked down until such times we have clearance back. So they test that it's exactly those bacteria, that there are 0 contaminants, that it's the pH we claim, and if it's anywhere out of parameter, it's a reject.
I was hugely impressed by Barry Smith and my visit to Symprove headquarters. This is a company that are really passionate about creating something that works. They have an excellent customer service team as well, so that you can discuss any symptoms that you may be experiencing. But it's not a quick fix. Independent research shows that it can take a good long time to sort out bacteria, and this is the reason why Symprove have introduced their 12-week program. You can buy it in some health shops or you can buy it online, symprove.com.